I'm just, all right. You start. You let me know. I'm just gonna double check. Okay, great. We're good. We still got
You're
some
good?
time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Brian J, and we are live with a long-awaited, let's say a powerhouse in beauty. I know you guys have been waiting, and you guys have been expecting her, and she is here. She is Mia Mamed, Miss Universe Brazil, and she is joining us. Thank you very much from a weird place. Go ahead and tell us, Mia.
I am joining you guys from the airport. That is my flight over there boarding.
That
I'm
is
gonna be here with
dedication.
you guys. I mean, the flight changed a couple of times. So the most important thing is that we're here and we're together and we're gonna make the best out of the time that we have. And everybody who's live with us, when you start hearing, let's call Mia Mohamed, that's when I'll leave.
That is when the live will end. Yes. Mia, no, thank you so much. I
And
appreciate you.
we've got extra guests.
Special
There's
guest,
nothing I can
yes.
do.
Maybe a future Miss Brazil.
Maybe a future Miss Brazil.
She is lost. She is like, what is going on? She was looking like,
Oh,
what?
she's totally hearing all the English and being like,
What?
what? What is he saying? Where is
Well,
he
yeah, I
from?
appreciate you for being here, and obviously, in this chaotic moment, you still went through it, and I appreciate you because I know everyone's so excited to see you, and obviously, it's an honor for me to have you here because you are a heavy favorite for Miss Universe, and you're a personal favorite of mine, and it is something that I really wanted to do
Cute.
because I want people to fall in love with you girls, especially the girls that I feel connected to, and I feel that from you. So go ahead and present yourself. Let everyone know who you are, just in case they don't know who you are, and they've been oblivious all this time. So go ahead. The floor is yours.
Can I ask you a question before we start?
Of course.
Why am I one of your favorites? Why am I a powerhouse in your opinion?
Okay. Well, you're a powerhouse because you're Brazil. That is obvious.
Okay.
Brazil is one of the countries that is awaited for. People want to see. Your speaking skills are next level, which is something that
Thank
we love to
you.
see. Personality is on point. Beauty is on point. So you just make us you make yourself present yourself lovable and accepting to people, and that's why the pageant community has a special place in their heart for you.
Thank you. That was a very good explanation. It was very kind, and thank you for believing in me. That means a lot. So, hi everybody. I am Mia Mamid, Miss Universe Brazil 2022. I am from a state called Espírito Santo, which is just north of Rio de Janeiro and right below Bahia, that has never won Miss Brazil until me. So we broke 68 years of, we call here a fast. When you can't win, we call it a fast in Portuguese. So I broke 68 years of fast for my state, and hopefully, God willing, we're gonna break the 54-year fast for Brazil, because we have not won this universe in that long. Can you believe that, Brian?
I cannot believe it, honestly, because you guys have been sending, Brazil has been sending constantly great contestants, and Julia Gama was so close,
So
so
close.
close.
Oh,
But it might align for you this year. It might be the moment.
it might be the moment. Might
And
just
we're
be the
so
year.
close. We're so close to Miss Universe. We're weeks away. Which every
Yeah.
time I tell you girls that we're weeks away, I can see in your eyes, you're like, weeks away.
I think I have a countdown app on my phone, and if I'm not wrong, I'm boarding my flight to New Orleans. Not this one. I'm boarding my flight to New Orleans in 34 days.
That's scary, but exciting. There's so many
So
emotions in that.
exciting.
I bet. And
So exciting. I think the biggest feeling is gratefulness. If you stop to think, like, how many women in the world get the opportunity to step on that Miss Universe stage representing their country. I mean, Miss Universe is the equivalent of the World Cup for beauty pageants. And only one girl gets to do it a year.
that's crazy. And it's you this year.
And it's me this year, Brian. Can you
That's crazy. I can believe it. I can believe it. Now, speaking of Miss Universe, there goes a lot of preparation, a lot of work towards it that pageant fans really sometimes look past it. In your case, you have been crowned for a while, and clearly the pageant community has seen an evolution in you. Tell us about your preparation towards Miss Universe as we're just weeks away from being there in New Orleans.
believe it? Ooh. So I love to say this to people that whether my daughter wants to be a pageant queen or not, she's going to train to be one because the preparation is so complete. I feel the most important thing about this preparation is really for you to look forward and to work towards becoming the best version of yourself. It's not one of those competitions where you look left and right and you compare yourself to another contestant, because I am never, since you're from Puerto Rico, so let's give that example. I'm never going to be a better version of Miss Puerto Rico because we're each unique in our own way. And I think that the evolution that the pageants have gone towards is help. It's looking for a woman that is the most complete, her most authentic self, and the best version that she can be. There is no body size. There's no measurement of your waist. Is within your body shape, what is the best and the healthiest shape that you can be in? Within what you believe in, what are you going to talk about? And within your philanthropy, how do you plan to impact the world? So I think the main thing about the preparation is for you to dig deep within you to figure out who you are, what is the woman you want to be, the impact you want to leave in the world, and the legacy you want to leave behind. That is super important. And with that being said, of course, we're training with all of the other physical aspects of it. So, of course, we're training catwalk. Of course, I'm training at the gym. We've got nutritionists taking care of the dance classes. That's taking care of my physical. The communication aspect, of course, I am studying languages that I haven't had the practice in a really long time. We're studying communication, even though I am a communicator and a journalist. I still believe that I can get better at it. Is the crying really loud? Do you want me to go to another place?
No, you're okay. It's okay.
Okay,
Still focused on you. So
okay. So there's a whole communication, physical, the intellectual, which is taking care of studying all of the themes and being really sure about what is my opinion regarding everything. And obviously taking care of the emotional and spiritual, which is so important. That light on stage, it has to shine bright. And that is our essence. That is our confidence. That is being present.
speaking of evolution, and I mentioned it before, pageant fans have seen the evolution in yourself. When you look back from that day that you were crowned as Miss Universe Brazil, and you look at yourself now, what do you think is the biggest thing that has changed in Mia?
I was sleep deprived. Okay, truly, I think I learned so much about me in this process. So, for example, as simple as understanding my facial features so that I know how to put makeup on me and what looks good and what doesn't. Simple things like that. And big things like understanding how I deal with criticism. Because what happened in Brazil was half of the pageant was done online distance because of the pandemic. And only the top 5 went and were confined in a hotel and walked on stage. So what happened is instead of all 27 states in Brazil competing and the the groups being, I'm like checking how many people there is still on the line. Instead of all of the fans being split between 27 different girls, they got split between 5, and I was the underdog because out of the 5 girls, 4 of them had already competed in Miss Brazil before, and all 4 of them had made it to like the top 5 and top 7. So they were very strong girls with a lot of pageant experience, and I was the newbie. So I was not expected to win. The other girls had fans from previous pageants, And when I won, obviously the fans from the other four girls got together to criticize the decision of me. And I know that I'm not the anomaly. Every single year, the winner in every country has critics and has to deal with that. But definitely this evolution of knowing who I am so that the criticism doesn't affect me is super important. I have a story that I love to tell is when I was little, my teacher went into class and she called us all crocodiles. And we started laughing because we're little kids. We think anything's funny. And she pretended to be really angry and she said, well, why are you all laughing? And we replied, because we aren't crocodiles. And that day she taught little kids a really important lesson. She taught us that comments and criticism, name calling, bullying, it will only affect us if we believe it too. If we know who we are, it'll just sound like crocodile.
Listen, that's something that I always repeat to everyone that every time, even friends, I always tell them, hey, you have the power to make those comments mean nothing to you. You give the power to the people that you love and that you care about, and the rest of the comments, they slide off you like they don't have any value. Literally. So that is something great to bring to the table. And you being in a pageant, us being in this pageant community, it is filled with so much criticism and so much pointing fingers at this is wrong, this is right, this is wrong, this she's not good enough. So that's super important that you bring that up. Miss Universe is going in a direction that is being focused on being what is it called? A transformational leader. What do you think Mia has in her that is gonna make that slogan or that title stand out at Miss Universe and offer the universe?
I believe that the best way for you to really transform something or the leadership really comes from within you first. Are you able to transform your life? Because before you can transform someone else's, before you can transform and make an impact in society, you have to be able to make that transformation for you. And I think that my life history, which I don't know if everybody knows this, but for 16 years I lived abroad and I lived in 8 different countries. I had to restart my life over and over again. Between living in China, in the Middle East, in Europe, in New York, I think I was able to learn a flexibility, almost a way of transforming myself to fit into different scenarios. I always joke that if I were an animal, I would, you know, how that people ask, like, oh, if you're an animal, what would you be? I always say that I would be a chameleon because of this ability to change. So we must be comfortable with change so that we can transform, so that we can evolve. And I believe that this flexibility, it flows into so many aspects of my life. For example, when I go into another country, I don't go with the assumption that, you know, oh, they're different, they speak different, their culture is weird. No, I always go with an open mind to learn more about their culture, to learn about their way of life, because I don't believe there is a right and a wrong. So a transformational leader has to have this flexibility to change. And most of all, needs to be open to not teach people what they believe is right, but maybe understand that how other people live is also correct, and that could be in place in your life. So this flexibility is super important, and it's something that I've been doing with TV. I opened a production company in Brazil, which is the reason I moved from New York to Brazil. It's so I could open a production company 2 years ago, and my focus was in multicultural communication. I wanted to, through cultural education, break stereotypes and prejudice and paradigms in hopes to reduce discrimination and, you know, support a more inclusive society. And it was so transformative in my state because it was on the state channel that I was honored with the Woman Award, which is the biggest recognition for entrepreneurial women in my state creating a social impact. So I think all of that comes into play when we're talking about a transformational leader, there is no one answer. But if I were to summarize everything, is we need a leader that is not going in and thinking that this is the right way for us to do, but a leader that is open to listen, to learn, together make changes. And also, I believe that my history speaks for itself. And having a history to prove, having worked for 2 years on something is extremely important, because I know they're looking for a woman who will take the Miss Universe position as a job, because it is.
I agree with you. And what is your social work? Do you have a specific social work that you would like to share with people in the universe stage?
Education. I've been working with education for the past 10 years, and I love it. Education has always opened doors for me. And when I was 15, I worked in a favela, in a shanty town, and we were providing English classes for people who were needed. And we noticed how the betterment of one member of the family resulted in the betterment of the entire family, having more opportunities, being more financially independent. And I think it's probably, maybe it's because of my horoscope, or maybe it's because I studied social economics
What's your
at
sign?
university. I'm a Scorpio.
Oh, okay.
Scorpios are very independent and we're doers. I don't know if it's my Scorpio, I don't know if it's my horoscope, or because I studied social economics in college, but I love this whole financial independence, and for people to be able to be independent, I'm like, sorry, I'm losing a little bit because I can see they're calling me. So I'm
Oh,
just
don't
gonna
worry,
finish
don't worry,
this
my love.
question and then I have to go.
No worries, we can wrap it up.
I don't know if it's my social economics or if it's my horoscope, but I really love the aspects of social work that leads people to be independent. I think that this assistance, short-term result is essential so that we can remedy the pain, but I want to fix the structure. And education is a way for us to empower an individual so he can make decisions for himself, so that he can also then later contribute to society. So education has opened doors for me. And anything that is good for me, I want to be able to offer to other people. So I want others to have the doors opening to them as doors were opened for me. I don't think privilege is something, if you had an opportunity, a privilege in your life, the best way for you to be thankful is for you to give back. It's for you to be able to provide that privilege and that opportunity to someone else. And education does just that. And I really have to go.
No,
Or
you're
I am
fine.
going to
Yeah,
lose
so
this
education is
flight.
one of the most important things, guys. So I love that Mia mentioned that. I want to appreciate you for taking your time in this hectic moment. So you go ahead and run along. I know Mia would obviously be thankful to everyone for you for taking out your time and being here. And I want to appreciate
Super.
you, the Miss Universe Brazil organization, for giving us this opportunity. We will definitely see each other at Miss Universe in New Orleans in just days.
I was about to ask you that question. Am I going to meet you personally in New
Of
Orleans?
course. What day do you arrive?
Yes. I'm not quite sure yet. In either 34 days or 35 days.
Okay, well, I'll definitely be there from the 4th of January. And obviously I'll see you around there, and we'll talk with a little bit
If
more
I
calm,
come on the
hopefully.
4th, if
The
I
4th,
come on the
yes, I'll be there
4th,
the 4th.
we're gonna be over. How about maybe we'll just meet at the airport? We'll arrive together.
Maybe that would be nice. Maybe we could actually talk a little
Huh?
bit better.
Okay.
I'll see you later, Mia. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone, for watching.
Bye.
Appreciate Miss Universe Brazil for being here in this hectic
Wow.
time and not, disappointing us and letting us get a little bit more to know her a little bit more. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you, Mia. Thank you, Aretha. Thank you to the Miss Universe Brazil organization. And we will see Mia at the 71st Miss Universe here in New Orleans, United States. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I appreciate you so much. And I will see you later. Take care, Mia.
Bye.
Bye.